Welcome friends. Today we are going to discuss non-clinical development into the drug discovery process. It is related with this animal study. You have to study your investigational drug into these different animal species and determine pharmacological data, pharmacokinetic data, then toxicological data. Learning objectives of these non-clinical trials: to develop adequate data to decide that it is reasonably safe to proceed with human trials of drug, means a laboratory test of new drug or new medical devices usually done on animal subject to see if treatment really works and if it is safe to test on human being. Even first of all, you have to take a trial of that investigational drug into the human animals, and then if you have a satisfactory data of your drug with you, then you can proceed for clinical trials. Clinical trials means you have to test your drug into the human beings. But this is objective behind these non-clinical trials. Now we'll just take a review of this drug development process. Drug discovery and development of novel therapeutic agent, whether a small organic molecule or macromolecules such as a protein or oligonucleotide, requires scientific expertise from number of different disciplines and enormous amount of time and money. So means your drug discovery process includes drug research, and in this drug research almost 10,000 molecules are synthesized. Then depending upon their properties, they have to these 10,000 molecules you have to determine physiochemical properties required for development of dosage form for these 10,000 molecules. Then you will come to know that few of them are not able to or few of them are not good to develop dosage form. So among this 10,000, less than 250 molecules entered into this preclinical development. Now we are focusing about the testing of these leads into this preclinical development, or testing of this lead into the animals. When we have satisfactory information of animal study, then we can proceed with this clinical trials, means we can test this drug into the human being after application of after approval of application from regulatory bodies. And this application is nothing but investigational new drug application. Then you can proceed with this clinical trial and again file one application to regulatory bodies. If it is approved, then you can proceed with this post market, or you can proceed with the marketing of your drug. Okay, this is a general process of drug discovery. First, your drug discovery initiation, then you have to proceed for the preclinical development, then file an application to regulatory bodies like FDA, and the regulatory body will give you approval to proceed for clinical trials. Then you have to file this ND application and you can launch your drug into the market. Okay, this is general process. Now in this non-clinical trials, we are testing our lead, we are testing our drug into the different animal species and generating a data like pharmacological data, toxicological data, pharmacokinetic, pharmacodynamics, and that data generated during these non-clinical trials is helpful to enter your drug into the next stage, that is your clinical trial. Then in preclinical drug development or non-clinical drug development, a study to test a drug, a procedure or another medical treatment into the animal, and define pharmacological and toxicological effect prior to initiation of human studies. And during this stage of development, research that begins before clinical trials can begin, and during which important feasibility, then iterative testing, drug safety data is collected. So this type of data generated during this preclinical development. It also means in vivo and in vitro experiment in which test articles are studied prospectively in test system under laboratory condition to determine their safety. So during this preclinical development, in vivo as well as in vitro experiments are also conducted. In vivo means into the animal this data or your drug is injected or drug is given to the animal, and then its efficacy safety is tested. And in vitro means you have to create a simulated condition as that of your in vivo condition and test your drug. That is nothing but your in vitro experiment. Then in preclinical or non-clinical drug development, we are assuming that in vitro assay predicts in vivo effects. That means if you get or if you have a result with you of in vitro assay, then it is assumed that this in vitro assay is predicting in vivo effect of that particular investigational drug. An effect of chemicals in laboratory animal apply to humans. Then use of high doses in animal is valid for predicting possible toxicity in humans. Then these assumptions are broadly true, but despite this, we cannot be certain that chemical will show no toxic effect in human. Though we are considering that up to particular level it is safe, we cannot confirm that it will be same concentration or it will be safe concentration into the human being also. Why this preclinical or non-clinical testing is necessary? Whether drug will move on studies in human, okay, whether your drug candidate is good to enter into the next stage, that is clinical trial, designing phase 1 clinical trial. Then this non-clinical data is also helpful to identify criteria for evaluating safety in human beings. Then detect overt toxicity. Then identify and describe and characterize hazards that might be generated or that might be observed into this animal study. These hazards are reversible or clinically monitorable. Then establish dose response estimation of pharmacology and toxicological effect. Then assess drug distribution in different organ system, whether there is any accumulation of drug molecule into these respiratory tract or you can say urinary system. This type of the data you can compile by testing your drug into this animal species. Then identify metabolic and kinetic and elimination pathway. Okay, how your drug will be metabolized when it entered into this human body, what will be the pharmacokinetic, how it is eliminated, idea about all these parameters you will get after completion of this non-clinical trials. Then we can assess this carcinogenicity, then reproductive toxicity and teratogenic potential of drug by selecting suitable animal species. Then major consideration of doing this preclinical study, why it is required: if there is a medical use of the drug, if your drug is having commercial potential, then if this drug is feasible for mass production. Okay, these three major consideration you have to think during your preclinical studies. Then importance of this preclinical trials: determination of dose of your investigational drug, then toxic dose and pharmacological action. Okay, as we all know, within minimum effective concentration and maximum safe concentration, your drug is giving you therapeutic effect. Okay, when your drug is achieving less than minimum effective concentration, then it will not give you therapeutic effect. Okay, if it achieve a concentration more than minimum effective concentration, then it will give you pharmacological effect. Now, more than this minimum effective concentration and less than your maximum safe concentration, drug is giving you therapeutic effect or pharmacological effect which is required to give by that drug. But when your drug is achieving a concentration more than this maximum safe concentration, it start to give you a toxic effect. Now you have to determine what is maximum safe concentration, and this is nothing but your toxic level or toxic dose. Okay, when you give more than this maximum safe concentration, then your drug is giving you a toxic effect, and that concentration is known as toxic dose of your drug. Then along with this dose and toxic effect and pharmacological effect, one more thing also we have to take into the consideration, that is requirement of regulatory bodies. Okay, which type of the data is required by regulatory body to enter your drug into the next phase or next stage? And according to this regulatory guideline, you have to compile your preclinical trial data. Then necessary to check safety of drug on animal before starting to check on human being. Means if your drug is giving you a toxic effect within less concentration, then we cannot proceed for clinical trial with this same molecule. So by using this animal study, you can determine whether your drug is safe or not. Then only you can proceed. Then check for kinetics of profile of drug. On this basis, selection of route of administration is there. Okay, during your preclinical trial, you have to give your drug through different routes to the animal species, and then you have to determine pharmacokinetic parameter. And by comparative study of this pharmacokinetic parameter, when you are administrating your drug into the different route of administration, that comparative data will give you idea which route of administration is best. Then goals of this preclinical studies: identify safe dose and dose escalation scheme into the human beings, identify target organs for toxicity, whether there is accumulation of your drug, then you will come to know that it is toxic for particular system. Okay, if accumulation of drug is there, then study of such toxicity, whether reversible. Okay, means the toxic effects occurs because of your investigational drug, whether they are reversible or irreversible. Now which type of the changes will be reversible? Say for example, rashes are there, then gastrointestinal disturbances are there. Okay, these type of the changes are coming under the reversible toxic effect. Okay, sometimes your drug is causing mutation. Now this mutation is irreversible effect, irreversible toxic effect of your drug. Okay, then identify safety parameters for clinical monitoring. Now next point is species selection. In which animal species you want to do your non-clinical trial. Data of 2 species are required. Why 2 species are required? Because Species differences in a response, there might be chances of you will get different result into the different species. For that purpose, you have to take at least 2 different species during the non-clinical trials. Then rodent, almost always rat. Mouse has poorest clinical concordance, that's why rodents are selected, that are rats. Then non-rodents species like dog, non-human primates, example monkeys, apes, are selected to perform these non-clinical trials. Then overview of this study. Safety pharmacology. Why safety pharmacology is studied? For the functional assessment of major system. Means whether your drug is safe for a major system of your body or not, that you have to study during your safety pharmacology. Then genetic toxicology, target organs, chronicity of toxicity, developmental and reproductive toxicity, whether your drug is causing reproductive toxicity or fetal toxicity, that you have to study in your non-clinical study. Then is there any problem during this fetal development? Then neonatal development, whether drug is causing genetic toxicity, it is having a potential for cancer or heritable mutation, that you have to study during your preclinical trial or non-clinical trials. Whether it is carcinogenic when you are taking it up to 6 months into the 2 different species with same route of administration to be used into the human being, and you have to determine whether it is carcinogenic or not. Then teratogenic studies also conducted into these trials. Substance given to pregnant females and lactating females and determine whether there is a teratogenic effect or not. Usually rats and rabbits are selected for these teratogenic studies. Then preclinical review by FDA. Under the FDA requirement, sponsor must first submit the data showing that drug is reasonably safe for initial small-scale clinical studies, and depending on whether the compound has studied or marketed previously, the sponsor may have several options for fulfilling this requirement. First option, compiling existing non-clinical data from past in vitro laboratory and animal studies on the compounds, or compiling data from previous clinical testing or marketing of drug. Then undertaking a new preclinical study designed to provide evidence and necessary to provide a safety of administration of compound to humans. Preclinical review by FDA. At the preclinical stage, FDA will generally ask to develop pharmacological profile of drug, determine acute toxicity of drug, then conduct short-term toxicity study. Stages of preclinical development. First stage is lead selection and lead optimization. Then drug candidate confirmation and third is preclinical drug characterization. In lead selection and optimization, number of leads are synthesized during drug discovery process depending upon the different criteria like physiochemical properties, solubility. Your leads get eliminated, and the leads which is having a criteria suitable for development of dosage form, that lead will be entered into the next stage. Then drug candidate confirmation. Next stage, we have to confirm drug candidates for next level study. When your drug is entered into this next level study, you have to characterize it during your non-clinical or preclinical trials. Now we'll see how lead is selected and optimized. Essential pharmaceuticals like structural characterization, impurity identification, solubility assessment, then prototype type of formulation, stability testing. So you have to test your lead for all these parameters. Then screening efficiency is checked into this in vitro model or in vivo model or other animal model, and and you have to give a proof that your drug is or your lead is efficacious. Then in silico profiling, ADME of your lead is determined. Then plasma stability, membrane permeability, develop analytical method for estimation of quantity of your lead. Then early toxicological study, off-screen target and in vitro cytotoxicity study are conducted into this early toxicological studies. Then second stage or second step into these non-clinical trial, that is drug candidate confirmation. This drug candidate confirmation includes CMC, that is chemistry manufacturing control, then in vivo model, then ADME profile and preliminary toxicology. And last step is preclinical drug characteristics. Now in this preclinical drug characteristics includes detailed preclinical chemistry manufacturing control data, ICH stability testing, then impurity testing analysis, then prototype of formulation, then data from previous stages like analytical method development, then pharmacokinetic, then identification of metabolites that has to be compiled, then GLP toxicology package. It includes acute toxicological study, then subchronic or a repeat dose toxicological study, genotoxicity, safe pharmacology. All these characteristics you have to test. Now if you take an overview of this data, first part includes detail about the chemistry manufacturing control, second part includes ADME, that is pharmacokinetic data of your drug, and third part includes toxicological data of your drug. And combining all these data, you will get a presentation to this regulatory body regarding non-clinical trials. Now which things you have to take into the consideration during clinical trial: selection of relevant animal, then its age, then physiological state, manner of delivery of your drug, and stability of test material. Now we'll see steps involved in this preclinical trial. Get an idea of drug target, then development of bioassay, then screen this chemical compound into this assay, then establish effective and toxic amount, and finally you can file this approval as IND approval to FDA, and then you will get approval from this regulatory body and you can proceed for this clinical trial. Types of this preclinical testing: short-term animal studies, it is also known as acute studies. In acute studies you have to perform pharmacological action as well as toxicological effect. Again in long-term study also you have to determine potential side effects observed into these continuous administration of drug like carcinogenicity. Then look for this reproductive effect, whether your drug is causing reproductive toxic effect or not. Then types of trials, in vitro preclinical trials. Here you can determine pharmacokinetic and pharmacodynamic data by using Silico model. Then in vivo preclinical trials, here screening is there, isolation of organ is there, or bacterial culture is selected for suitable antibiotic. Then animal models are also used. And then general observation, confirmation, then mechanism of action, systemic pharmacology, then quantitative test and toxicity tests. Now in vitro preclinical trials includes pharmacodynamic studies and pharmacokinetic studies. And in these pharmacodynamic and pharmacokinetic studies, the data generated via this in vitro study is useful to predict in vivo effect of your drug in vivo. You can determine. Okay, in vivo preclinical trials, screening means a simple rapidly performed test to indicate presence and absence of particular activity. Means you have to screen your drug for their effect, for their therapeutic effect. If it is analgesic, then you have to determine whether your drug is showing analgesic effect or not. Okay, this is nothing but your screening. You have to screen activity of your drug. Then isolated organs. In this type of trials, we have to study activity of your drug on specific organ. Then bacterial culture. If our lead or drug is antibiotic, then suitable bacterial culture is used, and its ability to kill this bacterial culture is determined. Then animal models are used, like kindred seizure in rats, then hypersensitive rats, then tuberculosis in mouse. It means these models are developed according to the category of your drug, and that developed model is used for in vivo preclinical trials. Then general consideration, drug is injected in a tripling doses to small group of mice, which are observed for their hidden effects, and preliminary clues are drawn from the profile of effect observed. Then in vivo preclinical trials again includes one more point, that is mechanism of action, how your drug is acting, which receptor is there which is responsible to bind your drug, that you have to study into the mechanism of action. Then systemic pharmacology, irrespective of the primary action of your drug, its effect on major organs like nervous system, CVS, then respiratory tract, then renal system. Quantitative tests. Quantitative test is nothing but dose response relationship. Maximal effects and comparative efficacy with existing drug is carried out. Means quantitatively you are determine that much concentration is giving us pharmacological effect, this much concentration is giving us toxicological effect. Then toxicity tests, chronic toxicity, teratogenicity, mutagenicity, oncogenicity, all these toxicity studies are performed into the in vivo model. Then confirmatory tests, these confirmatory tests are performed to characterize the activity of your lead. Okay, this is all about non-clinical trials. Thank you.